So how do you prepare for a world where AI is going to be ruling the roost? How do you ensure that your career is going to align with all of these AI technologies that are coming in? There's too much happening. There's too much change, too much competition in the job market. The world is definitely evolving at a faster pace than it has in the past, but at least that's what it feels like. I was having this conversation recently at a conference, and a few things dawned upon me and I thought I would share here. So the number one is, if the answers become as abundant and ubiquitous as we think AI will make them, what remains of that, right? You can talk to a chat GPT or a Claude or something else all day long and get answers after answers. So if answers are there, what value do you and I bring? And the thought that I have is, if answers are abundant, questions become valuable. People who understand the right questions to ask, people who understand the right path forward in terms of analyzing their business, their customer experiences, their own internal process optimization, all the things that you could be better and streamlined, those are the kind of questions that become valuable. And then that leads to, who's going to ask those kind of questions? And I think the essence is to be a little more multidisciplinary, right? The idea is to be broader in your mental context than you and I have been. So if you're a Salesforce admin, think about learning more about your business process and bring in a little bit more of the business analyst skill set and capabilities. If you're a BA, think a little bit more about the technical capabilities and the possibilities there, and try to bring that into your own synthesis of the problem. Maybe spend time learning about user experience and design thinking on YouTube or somewhere, and bring in a little bit more of empathy in your process. It's a great time for people who will be able to do that just a little bit more of reaching across the aisle of understanding related disciplines. Because at the end of the day, every business is trying to save money. They're trying to gain sales and increase revenues, offer a better customer experience, and stay compliant and legal while doing so. So when you think about all of those, regardless of the nature of business, whether you do it for yourself or as for your employer, when you think about all of those things, the key is going to be, how do we use and harness these technologies to go just a bit further than where we are, than where our competition is. The other part that I thought is really fascinating about this is, there is going to be an in value of people who are better read, who are more aware, who have what I like to call a taste in things that they're doing. And the reason I think of that is, again, the same thing. If they're going to write code, generate process documents, do diagramming for you, maybe configure your Salesforce, if it's going to do a whole lot of things in the next 12, 18, 36 months, 48 months of 5-year horizon, what can I bring to the table? What can you bring to the table? And the thing that I think would be valuable there is the understanding of these nuances of your industry, of your domain, of the user experience, and in a very delightful manner. So think of it as, how do you go from the 99-cent McDonald's coffee to a $7 Starbucks coffee? How do you infuse that value, which has got to do more than just the basics of coffee making? If I just streamline the coffee making process, I don't know if I get a better result than whatever either McDonald's has or Starbucks has. But if I think about the process holistically, about the end experience holistically, what else would I bring into the equation? And this is particularly important for people who work on business softwares like Salesforce, because for a very long time, we did not hear that much about end user experience, change management, user adoption, effectiveness of what we are producing. We've over-rotated on the side of efficiencies. Let's automate this, kill out the grunt work, all of that. But even with all of that said, and all these fantastic technologies, stuff that we are doing at GPT-5 or Salesforce is doing with Agentforce, the big question on the table is, my user going to use it? I have a ton of technology deployed today that my team does not use, your teams do not use, your users do not use. Maybe they don't enter sales meeting notes. Maybe they don't want to do your sales enablement software program to learn how to sell better. There are all of these challenges. How do we solve it? How do we bring in enough taste, enough joy, enough interest, enough enthusiasm, enough gravitas into what we are solving for, so that people who are trying to utilize these softwares actually find an interest and motivation to do that? Because while we are thinking that building solutions and deploying them is going to be easy and abundant, what is going to get scarce and more scarce is the attention of our individuals, the time they want to spend, the motivation they have to look at your software versus the 150,000 things in their day that they need to do. So that's what I have surmised so far. I would be curious to hear what you think. Thank you so much.